Hey everybody, I got a piece of Mahogany Obsidian here, and let's see what we can do with it. Just got back off a rock run. I was in 5 states during those 3 days. Although some of them were just briefly, but had a good time. Got to visit with my buddy John. John hooked me up with some rock, and I delivered some rock and picked up some more rock, and y'all will be seeing that coming to the website here pretty quick. There's gonna be a whole lot more rock to be sold on the website. Here in the coming months or weeks or whatever it's going to be. I ain't brushed out enough. Shooting another little heat treating video that's hopefully it's got some information in it that I've never heard explained on any other video. So some of it's information that I just learned on this last trip. From a man that's probably heat treated more material than anyone alive at this point, and that was Craig Ratz. Had the opportunity to visit with him a while, and there may be someone else alive that's heat treated more rock than him, but well, I don't know who it'd be. He's got a lot of knowledge. He's probably forgot more than I'm ever going to know. Boy, oh boy. If I can get this thin down without breaking it, then I kind of know about what I want to make, but we'll see. If I can slow my billet speed down and take things easier, I might be able to do something with this thing. Just opportunistically hitting platforms here. And come down on this one right here, across right here, even some of that out. I'm going to take a short one in right here. just to blend it a little bit. Really looking forward to doing some more abo napping, which I'm kind of surprised I'm not doing it right now, but it's been a while since I napped a point. Anytime I take a break, doesn't matter for how long, a few days or a week or 2 weeks or whatever it is, or a month, it takes me a while to get back in the swing of things. That could be my experience level. I don't know. Assuming if you're an old hand at it that you can you'll take a little break and start back up with less problems. Alright, I'll come across right here and try and clean some of that up. That helped. I still got this. I can probably come off of this down this way or this way. Or both to try and tie that in there like that. Do have a step right here. That shouldn't be a problem getting rid of from the other side. That shouldn't be a problem at all. I came there and cleaned that off. We're getting fairly regular here. And I'm going to try not to make this too thin. This is going to be an oversized point anyways. At least that's what I'm shooting for. It could end up being an almond. You know how that goes. For me anyways. I'll tell you what, I have gotten a lot of good advice. People have sending me messages and emails and stuff that seen my abo videos, man, I appreciate it. And I am watching Marty, and I'm watching, of course, I'm watching some abo of Crafty. I'm watching several people, but I've watched an awful lot of Marty stuff here recently, and I've watched a little bit of his stuff in the past, but I just wasn't into abo, so I didn't pay that much attention to it. But he truly is an amazing napper, just incredible. He was talking about napping in his dorm room and and running downstairs and grinding his flakers or his bits on the concrete outside and running back upstairs, which is funny. I could see someone doing that. When you got the urge to nap, man, you do it anywhere, anytime. Seem like. And it's hard to fight the urge to nap. For most of us, I think. It's most definitely an addiction. I don't know what it is about it. I've talked about that before. I just think that it's ingrained in our DNA, and some of us more than others. So I don't know what it is about it. Ooh, doggone it, I took that a little deep. I think I should regularize this edge and figure out where I'm at. Because I'd like to just take a couple thinning flakes and call that thin enough. It's not super thin, but I don't want it super thin either, so let's do some pressure flaking here and see if we can even up this edge a little bit. I mean, I see places obviously where I can take some strikes and stuff, but I got all my materials in to make my hand pads. In fact, after I finish this, I might go ahead and make one. I come home, I had some orders to get out, and I still do. I missed the mail this morning. Just got in too late last night, but if you're watching this and you got orders in with me, I'm packaging them up today, but they probably won't go out till I don't know. I'll put them in the box, but whenever the mail runs again. I'm not sure what day they start running again, but I will get those out to you. And I have all the indirect sticks in stock. Those are all there. Getting all kinds of feedback about how much people like them. So that's awesome. It is pretty much the only indirect system out there, and of what indirect sticks are out there, I mean, just my opinion. I'm not saying anything bad about any of the rest of them, but there just isn't anything out there that's as good as that. That is made for purchase. So you might be making one that's better than mine. If you are, you should be selling them. Make them available to people. But I do think those are the easiest, most efficient sticks to use, no doubt, that you can buy off the shelf. So if you're interested in indirect, check them out. We're on the website, flintknappingtraditions.com. It's also going to be lots of rock coming up on there. These hand pads that I'm making, which are unlike anything else out there, kind of like the flexi sticks, right? You don't want to make something that everyone else is doing. I've always been a fan of doing your own thing, you know. Trying not to just copy what everyone else is doing. So that's why my business plan is different than most of what you see in the flint knapping world, and so's my indirect sticks, and my hand pads will be too. And I'm even more excited about the hand pads than I am the indirect sticks, because I go through so many hand pads every year. And I think I went through 4 or 5 last year. And that was with me fixing and repairing them. So I just, you know, when I'm napping, I'm coming off on that, I eat through them like in no time. So there's going to be a couple different models. This isn't it. Materials that I'm using are gonna be key to it, but I'm pretty excited about it. I know it's just a hand pad, but a lot of thought went into it. Oh no, took a bite out of it. Doggone it. I seen that little crunchy right there. I probably should have looked at that a little better and seen if I could have avoided that. That won't affect us much. Did throw off my mojo a little bit there, though. Wasn't really expecting that. It's still got some thickness. It's got to go away down here at the base. At least some. Uh-oh, that's a crack right there. Sure enough that's a crack coming in. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but right there it's a, if I can get to where you see it, right there, there's a crack. So that could cost us to lose the bottom 1.5 inches of this point, which would be unfortunate. But we'll deal with it if that's what happens. I should probably sharpen this thing. Sound like the rain started. I'm kind of thinking I might like to have a, been a long time since I had a white Christmas. But I have to go somewhere to have a white Christmas. We've almost had one here a couple times, but I don't think we ever did. Usually when it snows here, it lasts about an hour. We did have a snow that stuck around in patches a few years ago for several days or a week. Got a real cold snap afterwards and no rain, so it stuck around a while. Honestly, I'm okay with it not getting super cold, because when it gets super cold, then I've got to go clear ice troughs and all that kind of stuff, and you know, I'd just soon not do that if I don't have to. Cold enough to snow don't generally mean cold enough to freeze ice troughs, but it's when you get that in that teens and 20s and it stays there for a week or two, and sometimes a little longer. I'm going to take an indirect strike in right there and try and clean that up with a number 2. That did not go in there. Let me try something a little bit bigger here. That got it off. I need to take some of this off right here. Because I'm thinner on the other side than I am on this side. So I need a couple thinning flakes on this tip. All right. So I am going to lose some of this length because the bottom has to be squared off. So we are going to lose a little bit of length. That's pretty. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, that's unfortunate about this crack. See if we can keep it from traveling across, if at all possible. I have to clean my glasses. I've been a lot of viewers sending in suggestions about the what to do and how to do it and things to try on the abo side of things. And if I didn't say it before, I do appreciate everyone and all their input and trying to help me out on this little journey. I'm not one of those people that can't take advice. On some things, I guess, but when it comes to flint knapping, I'm kind of a sponge, and I like to learn from everybody. I think everyone has something to teach, you know. Some people have a lot to teach, and some people got a little to teach, but everyone has something, seems like. And I'm okay with taking advice from anybody. I don't always implement it, obviously. Depends on if it just fits into my personal napping style or not, but because we're all a little different, right? So that's some nice flake scars in right there. Pretty nice. Got a little bit of junk right there. We may end up taking an indirect strike in there, but I'm going to clean this edge all up and get it all regularized well, and see where we're at after that. this has the potential of being a pretty doggone nice point. It also has the potential of me goofing it up. Let's see, where do I need to be here? I guess I might be zoomed in a little much. Zoom it out too far, then you guys can't see nothing, and I hate watching videos like that, including my own. You know those things on your windshield sprayers and in your car? I need one of those for my glasses because that grinding, even though this is an open air thing here, that grinding dust gets all up on my glasses, even with some little airflow. So of course that means I'm also getting it in my lungs. I'm sure. I think more than the stone itself, maybe the worst thing that might cause silicosis is probably this carbide grind ears that we all use. I might just, well, I have a potential of making that worse. So I'm not sure that I want to do anything else to that or not. Well, cleared off a bunch of it with pressure. Awesome. That's awesome sauce right there. I'm doing a heat treating video. I honestly don't know what I already said because I started shooting a video earlier and I forgot to hit the record button. So I was recording, or thought I was, for about half an hour or 45 minutes. And then realized I wasn't even recording. So that happens more often than you might think. All right, I'm going to sharpen this and extend it. But yeah, I've got a bunch of, I don't even know what I was just saying. I am going to make a concerted effort here to start saying something and finish it to completion. Because this is getting ridiculous. I almost never finish a story. I watch the same stuff you guys do. I watch it and preview it, and I know what's happening. But like I've said before, usually my mouth is in one place and my brain is somewhere completely different. And I wish I could control that, but I can't. But I'm trying. So I'm gonna make a New Year's resolution. That's gonna be my New Year's resolution. I am gonna try and start a story, stick with it, and finish it on these videos. That's gonna be my goal to at least get through 90% of them without going on to something else. But I started a napping video earlier, and then, like I said, I didn't turn the camera on, and so I lost that part. So I don't know what I said in there and what I said in this one. And I had a bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about. My trip that I just went on. I learned a bunch about heat treating on that trip. I don't know about a bunch, but I learned some information that's useful. And I'm doing a video right now where I'm doing some heat treating, and that information is going to be on that video. So if you want to watch and learn what I learned, then you'll have to watch the heat treating video. I'm going to stay on the subject here, the subject of this beautiful mahogany obsidian. I'm going to have some spools of this. At least that's the plan that I'll be selling on the website. Pressure preforms, things like that. I might cut some more pressure preforms. I have a bunch of this over there already cut up. But also going to have some more percussion slab stuff coming. So quite a few new things going to be available here in the coming weeks. Once everything settles down around here, then hopefully I can do a little better job of keeping some things in stock. I'm going to tell you something cool that I got on that trip that my friend John, Mr. John Tuttle, gave me. And it is one of the coolest things that I have gotten in a long time. And I was like, when he was giving it to me, I was like, are you sure you want to give me this? He says, yeah, I want you to have it. So he gave me, actually I'm going to go get one. Hold on a minute. I'll go grab one real quick. 'Cause for you to appreciate it, you got to see it. All right, let me zoom back out here a little bit. I got buffalo cannon leg bones that are found in the rivers, and they just have this very unique look to them, which is just awesome. Now these have got some stuff over them. I guess that's to preserve them. This one don't. That one's all natural. But I've actually got quite a few of these, and I got plans for them that I'm going to use them for my personal projects probably. I probably won't be making any of these and then selling them because I really like these, and I got family members that I would like to make stuff for, but I'm going to use these as knife stands. So I'll do like I do with wood, and these will set flat like this, and I'll drill them. You have to be very careful with these because they are brittle. If you drop this on something hard, it would bust in pieces. So John told me you have to be careful, and some of them he said will split or break or whatever, but just be careful drilling them. And also when you put your antler on here, so your antler stand sticks up like this, right? And so you have a short one down here, and you have actually you could let the blade just set in this little thing right here on the front and put a little antler stand for the handle in the back, and that would work too. That would look good. And anyway, they set like that in a little antler stand, and they got this very antique bison bone base. So these are absolutely precious to me, and I can't believe John gave them to me. Maybe they're not that amazing to someone else, but these are absolutely fantastic to me. I mean, how incredible is that? Just amazing. And they're going to make some killer knife stands. And I got a couple of blades that I want to nap just for those. So to go in my personal collection. So I do collect some of my own stuff. I don't just collect other people's points. I keep some of my own too. So although I do collect a lot of other people's points. I got lots of people's points that I want. Both well known and not. It just takes time to collect all those, you know. Whether or not you're doing a point trade, and you got to have points on hand to trade, or if you're buying them, you know. And there's a couple people that I'd like to get. I'd like to have a I'd like to have a Curtis Smith point if I can ever afford one. His are on the more expensive end, but I'm going to get one eventually when I can afford it. And several others. I've got some really nice points. Roy Miller is one that I'm still waiting on. I'm hoping, he said maybe here in the next few months he'll get one that for me. So hopefully that happens. Because I mean, who doesn't want one of Roy Miller's points in their collection? So sometime I'll do a show and tell and take you guys in the house and show you some of my points. They're hard to photograph in there or to video in there because of the lighting, but I gotta look in the book for a second. All right, I'm back. I just had to take a peek there, and it's probably gonna be bigger than the examples, and I'm okay with that. I mean, who don't like big points? Everyone likes bigger points. So I don't mind if it's exaggerated some. If it was up to me, I'd exaggerate everything. But the problem is getting them that big. I mean, if I could make it, I'd make a Snyder's that was 5 inches wide and however many inches long, 8 inches long, or however long it'd be for the ratio to kind of be right. But it'd be oversized, you know, and I'd be okay with that. Bigger than any Snyder's ever made in archaeological record. I don't care about any of that. I just want to make stuff that looks cool to me, and that's all I care about. I will eventually get into trying to make some more correct points, you know, work on that kind of stuff. And I do make some, but I just caught myself squeezing too hard with my holding hand. I am thinning the edge right now. Just to thin that edge out a little bit and straighten things up. And man, that looks pretty nice. I'm okay with that. I don't know what the thickness ratio is. I definitely left it thicker. But I'm alright with that. This thing right here is kind of right near where my notches need to be. So, and this back does need to be straight, so we're gonna flatten some of this off. Try and throw some flakes in there while we're doing it. So I think we're officially past the shortest day of the year. Just happens to be my grandpa's birthday on the shortest day of the year. He used to have jokes about that. He was a funny man. He loved jokes and joking around, and he could spin a joke like nobody's business. I wasn't born with that. My dad wasn't either. Neither one of us can tell a joke to save our life. You would think he wouldn't have got it and I would have got it, but no. It may just as well be just that generation. I don't know. Seems like they were pretty good at spinning stories. He'd start telling you something and you'd think it was like, you know, he's telling you something that actually happened or whatever, and then next thing you know, he'd drop the punchline and leave you just laughing like crazy. But he was a pretty neat man. We were very close. I was born with an old soul, I guess, and one of those people that always felt more comfortable around people that were 30, 40 years my senior than I am with people my own age, I guess. It's weird that way, I guess. I told my daughter the other day, or was I her? I talked to somebody anyways, and it doesn't matter. And I told her, I'm going to finish this story. You guys hold on, I'm going to finish this one. And I told her, I said, in some weird way, I feel like I am just now caught up to my age. I'm just turned 53 not long ago, and in November. And I feel like this is probably about the age I was born. So when I say I was born with an old soul, that's kind of what I mean, you know. It just, in some weird way, that's just how it is. Just born with an old soul. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna, I guess I'm just gonna have to notch above this thing up here somewhere. Tell you what I'm gonna do. That flaker's doing good. So I'll be out in California for my grandma's funeral here. I think I leave on the 3rd, so I'm going to be gone about a week. So won't be any videos during that time unless I can make some ahead of time. I don't know if I'll get a chance to do that or not, but so it'll probably be a little pause in the videos. Speaking of videos, we are well up over 200, 205, 200, I don't even know how many videos now, which is a lot of videos in the amount of time I've been doing this. It's a lot. So, because I think we're just now coming up on the 5-month mark. Which is pretty crazy. I might have got a little carried away there at the beginning. But I have viewers that send me messages and stuff and comment that they want all of them that I can do. They really enjoy them, and I truly enjoy making them. So I'd like to give you that line, that political line of horse manure that I do it all for the viewers, but I'd be lying to you. I mean, I do want to help people, obviously. I mean, if I can, if I have anything to offer, I'd like to help. But the other thing is that, you know, I just enjoy doing them. So, I mean, if I didn't enjoy doing them, I wouldn't make them. So it's a double benefit. And some of you probably ain't get. I know some of you are way better than I am, and I mean, I know you are. I know some of the people watching, but they still enjoy watching just for the entertainment value. I guess it's entertaining. So. That crack could still really mess us up. There's another crack right there, looks like. That one's opened up further than the other one. I'm okay with that. I was trying to get above that little crack there a little bit, so it's a big point. It's going to have some big notches. So we'll widen this other notch out a little bit and That's a pretty cool point. Notches are still off a bit, but it is a cool point. Let's see. Hope I was in frame there. Cool, man. That's pretty cool. Pretty doggone cool. This is a thicker point, but it's also a big point. So, I hate leaning down in front of you guys like that, but let's see. All right, I gotta clean my glasses because I can't see out of them. So give me just a second here. All right, I'm back. We're almost an hour. We're gonna finish this thing up and go from there. Oh no! That dropped right on hammerstones, broke the tip off, but it's okay. At least it didn't break it in half. I needed to bring this edge over just a hair anyhow. Let's see. Of course, you guys ain't figured it out. I'm making a northern, I don't even know if I mentioned this before, but I'm making a northern side notch. and they're far western point. Most of the examples that I see in the book are obsidian, including mahogany. So, materials correct. It's actually pretty doggone sharp the way it is, so. Just breaking that down like that makes this obsidian, it takes off those little micro flakes, and it just makes it incredibly sharp. And all those little, you want to keep your pad clean because the little micro flakes, they go in you too. So the micro flakes coming off are just as sharp as the edge is. Mahogany Obsidian, Gold Sheen, Burns Green, all some of my favorite obsidians. And when I'm talking about Gold Sheen, I'm not talking about Oregon Gold Sheen, although it's fine. And actually it's okay because you can see that in the without a bunch of light too, but it is a little harder to see. But that Mexican Gold Sheen, when you get good stuff and it's cut right, man, that stuff just glitters like a diamond in a goat's butt. I like the obsidians that I don't have to go outside to see. I won't spend money on those ones the ones that don't have that. I mean, I love them and stuff, but for my personal whatever, but they are, I don't want to have to go outside to show it off or take it out of the case to show it off. I want people to be able to look at it and go, man, look at the color on that dude, without all the rest of that nonsense. So that's just my personal preference. I'll tell you, some of that electric blue and stuff they're calling Gold Sheen up there in Oregon, or maybe it's from California. I don't know where it's from. Anyways, stuff's expensive. Honestly, it seems like every time someone's digging at Glass Butte, and I'm probably completely wrong, but it seems like we keep coming up with these names. I mean, just in the time I've been in knapping, there's names that, like, they're digging in one seam and the material changes just a little bit, and all of a sudden there's a new name for it. But I don't know. It's hard to keep up with all the names people keep assigning to rock. Alright, I think we're going to call it quits right there, actually. That's a pretty doggone neat point. I like that a lot. And flaking's pretty clean. It's got one little bit of a diving flake right here a little bit. But it's kind of fat. But I left this one purposely flat. I finally got to leave one fat. as I wanted to leave it. But I'm sure the ratio ain't that great, but if I can get this stupid thing to move. We got 55, and that is the fattest spot right there. 55, and you know, just about 10. Yeah, it's about 10. So a little over 5-to-1, which I don't know that you'd want a big blade like this of obsidian any thinner than that. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that it needs to be, I don't have my, let's see. We'll have to do it on here. It's about 5 5/8 long, something like that. 5 5/8 long, and in the inches. Just doing the millimeters because that's easier that way. It's about 2 3/8 or so wide. So 2 3/8 wide, 5 5/8 long. It's a pretty big point, so pretty sizable. And I am perfectly happy with it. Matter of fact, I really like it. It's one of the better obsidian points I've done lately, because I managed to leave some thickness to it. So it's nice and straight. And let's see. Let's show the book, and then I'm going to turn this video off. Here's the northern side notches. The bases vary. So this is the biggest one they show here. Our length is almost the same, but the shape's a little bit different. But some of them were this big. You know, they were pretty big. Let me zoom out a little bit more here. Yeah, I was looking at this one right here, and it's pretty big. It's our point's just a little bit bigger. It's not quite as wide, but it's just a little bigger. But that's it. They were concaved on this bottom. I didn't concave this one quite as much. This one has expanding notches. That's pretty cool. But some of them turn up. Some of them don't. Some of them come straight across. All these come straight across, but some of them do turn up. We could have turned that up a little bit, but maybe we will on the next one. But here's one. This is Mahogany Obsidian here. This one's made of banded obsidian. There's a jasper one, but the vast majority of these are all obsidian. So banded obsidians and mahogany and black, of course. But a lot of them come from Oregon. So I don't actually see any in here from from California. When I think of them obsidian states, I think of California, Oregon. But anyways, that's it. That's our point. I think she's beautiful. I think she's pretty. Anyhow, all right, you guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. And we'll see you on the next one. Keep napping.